Being at 6 o'clock, call the meeting to order. We'll start with the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just got a couple items to add to the agenda. We got that A2G, the sewer forgiveness. And then I was wanting to know on your input if we would like to remove N1 till Paul's back to the May 27th meeting. It's something that he had brought up, and I don't know much of what he wanted to discuss about it. It's under the round table.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Then with that, is there any other additions or corrections? Not, I'd take a motion to approve.
Make the motion to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Ryan. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda, is there any items on there? No.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Ryan?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mel. All in favor? Aye. Thank you. No visitors. Mayor's report, just got a couple appointments. Beth Geese to the EDA board to fill one of the vacant spots, and then we have Scott Seuss, which would be, excuse me, he would be the chamber liaison to fill that spot on the board. We have one that we set aside just for chamber members, so.
He didn't have, did anyone else not see anything in his?
No, and I think it's because, Ian's gone, but I wanted to ask him, but I think the reason his application was empty is because he was the chamber liaison, so he just,
Okay.
they recommend him. So, yeah, I thought that was a little different, but
Yep.
guess I would take a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
I will second that.
Thank you, Ryan. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. There's no public forum, no public hearing, no committee report, no old business. Oh, there is old business. Sorry, it's on my second page. Chicken ordinance.
And this is brought back. I had conversations with Johan and with Brad Scheib, and this is what we came up with. If you want to pass it, if you are in favor of that, and I left the number blank because Rochester allows 12, St. Paul allows 15. So if you want 18 or if you want 15 or whatever you want, I left that number blank for you to fill in. And in the animal ordinance, we do want to pass the accept chickens and see chicken ordinance. So I think that part is what you were asking for before. So it's just really the chicken ordinance. And there's a staff recommendation. Staff still recommends not to change the ordinance, but if you do want to, there is wording in there for that. So it's up to you guys. We'll do whatever you want. And if you want to change the ordinance, just name how many chickens you want.
I think that if we're going to change something like that, we should wait till we have the other two council members present to participate in the discussion as far as numbers go.
Okay.
But I personally, I don't see any problem passing the first part, which is amending the domestic animals section
Right.
of the ordinance. And I don't see an issue with a one-time exception. But that's just my opinion on it.
Got any input, Ryan? Or?
I agree. One time is fine.
So you want to bring the chicken part back
Yes.
to another meeting? Okay. Do you want to pass the part to the animal ordinance where we added?
Can we just bring that back at the same
We
time?
can bring all of it back.
That way
yeah.
we'd have full input from everybody. I mean,
Yep.
couple more weeks is not going to hurt. Determine if a chicken is domestic or
Yep.
that's. Then we can discuss it all in one.
And if I recall correctly, I think permission was granted last time to whatever you have, right?
Yeah,
Did
whatever he
you
has
see that?
stays
Yeah.
until we,
Yeah, until this can be
yep.
Secret label
We
system.
want to make sure that it's,
That's fine.
yes.
Some places restrict how many roosters you can have.
We restrict
We have no
zero
roosters.
roosters.
No
No
roosters.
No roosters at all.
None at all?
No, they're not allowed at all.
Yep. And more cities are going that way because of the noise.
I mean, they're fun at the fair, but
Huh?
I said they're fun to listen to at the fair, but the sun does come up awful early in the summer here.
So yeah, I think we'll lay it over until the next meeting when we have, and we'll just let the chickens stay where they're at for now until the next meeting. Paul
Can I
will,
make one comment?
yes,
Because I had mentioned at the last meeting that I would have liked to have seen better communication, I want to mention at this meeting that communication on this issue and on the other project I was working on has been excellent, and I really appreciate city staff. If that can be entered into record, I appreciate it.
yes, thank you. We aim to please. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't know if things are happening or they're not happening until somebody lets us know. So
Dan,
we do appreciate that input too.
did you say earlier that Paul's not going to be here at the next meeting too?
He is not, so no, he will not be back until,
So this would be the 27th
7th of May.
May.
so I think we should be fine to wait.
No one else is knocking on the door to get their chickens checked?
Nope, nope.
I will be out of town that week.
But we have all your information, and feel free to send anything else that comes up beforehand.
How many chickens do you have?
Right now, we just have pullets, and they aren't all full grown yet. So we hatched 38, and I've gotten rid of about a third of them. We'll get rid of another half of them, down to whatever it needs to be. So when they hatch, half of them are males, but you don't know until they start acting it.
So,
So do we need a motion to just table that until May 27th?
yeah, let's have a motion.
Motion to table the discussion till May 27th?
7th, Ryan?
Second.
Mel, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. New business. I was kind of hoping Josh would have been here for this, but it's Police Department Joint Powers Agreements. We do this every year. We work with the State of Minnesota Department of Public Health and the BCA. And I'm not exactly sure how much of it, but it's,
We have to use them to do checks for like criminal history, background, and
Okay.
things like that. Certain offenses get enhanced if there's criminal history, and so I think the joint powers agreement deals with its sharing of information, and we work with them in that regard. So that's why the need for a joint power agreement. That's my understanding.
all right. And I know we do it, all, it's a standard. Does he,
Every year.
yeah, does he need it tonight, or? I was just curious, I guess, do we have any questions on it? If not, we could
This
pass.
is a yearly thing, I think we're fine. If he had concerns or wanted to change something, I think he would be here.
With that, I guess I would take a motion to approve.
Make the motion to approve the joint powers agreement with the state of Minnesota, our police department.
Second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Mel. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Then also, he's got the police department court amendment. And that's another joint powers.
And it's another one we just need signed every year.
I'll make the motion to approve the Casson PD court amendment for 2026.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So that's administrator's report. It's in the packet. I don't know, is there anything you need highlighted, or?
No, except that the shop union rejected our terms, so
Okay.
they're just going to stay with their standard hours for the
Okay.
summer.
And you heard nothing from the police? They must
The police accepted
accept
it.
it? Okay.
And actually, for the payroll this week, 2 of them have cashed in 40 hours. And one took a whole week off, so he didn't need to yet.
Okay.
And they were paid back any hours they missed.
All right. That, then we'll do engineers report.
All right, well, thank you, Mayor and Council. In your council packet is a professional service agreement for the project we're calling Trail, under Trunk Highway 14. The previous council action we applied for and were awarded funds to construct a trail on Highway 57 under Highway 14, specifically from the Daniels Plaza area where that sidewalk ends on the other side of Subway there, on the east side of 57. From that location going south underneath Highway 14 to the pedestrian facilities that we reconstructed last year by the park and ride, so that trail would essentially upgrade that shoulder of that road to a full-size trail. We'll add a curb and gutter and then construct a trail in that area. How we're going to do that, I don't quite have figured out yet, but we'll work with MnDOT to get something that they want. We see a fair amount of people walking across that corridor on that shoulder, so providing better pedestrian facility for those pedestrians. So this agreement tonight's to move forward with design all the way through construction. So kind of start to finish, includes everything. The cost in there is consistent with what we had in the application. Don't see any issues there with the cost estimate. We did have a quick meeting with MnDOT to talk about some things. We're ready to move forward with the project. We've had some internal conversations on when we do this project. Some of the funding was 28. We may combine this with our other MnDOT projects. They're same funding source and got to go through MnDOT in the same way, specifically the roundabout to the south to the 11th Street there. May combine these projects, but don't know yet. That's something we'll work through in the coming years before we bring it to MnDOT. May talk to staff about maybe doing it late 27, 28, but we'll bring that back to council at a later date if so needed to be. So that's what we had tonight. I'll pause there, answer any questions you may have.
There be anything signaling for people crossing the street, like where are the people on ramps for 14?
We'll talk about MnDOT. So whenever we do a project on MnDOT Trunk Highway, we have to get reviews from the different groups within MnDOT, including the ADA group, the traffic group, the pedestrian and bike group. So they'll provide some comments on that, but that'll be something we'll ask them. I don't think we specifically had it in our application. And there are certain warrants, which is traffic engineers speak for warrant stuff that warrants to do that, right? So every intersection doesn't warrant that. Every intersection is warranted a roundabout or a stoplight. So same thing with pedestrians. We'll look at that and see if it's warranted or not.
Just know people taking a left to get onto 14 going, they might be looking for a pedestrian, looking for cars first.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's the one area I worry about.
Yep. Are they looking to the left to see any traffic and not looking to the right?
It's coming into town, they have
Yep.
to stop anyway, so they have to look, but, yeah.
Are there any other questions for Brandon at the time? Not, I would,
Look for a motion on that.
yes, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the professional service agreement for the trail underneath Trunk Highway 14.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right, we'll go to personnel. The retirement of the Assistant Fire Chief, Chris Selden, CJ. Looks like his last day will be May 4th. So, we'll take a motion to approve.
I regretfully accept his resignation. Make a motion to accept it.
Thank you.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. We'd like to thank him for all his years of service. The next one, job description. You'll see an updated job description for the assistant fire chief or deputy chief, looks like he's calling it. I think at the time being there's two people short, not here tonight, I would look just for if you got any more input after you see he's changed some of the things in here, and we can send the info into Tim or Linda, and if there's any changes you want or any questions you got, and then we can put this off to the later date for a vote. Make sure we're, like, say this is the first one, and maybe the fire chief will have answers too.
Especially since it hasn't been revised since 2010.
Yes.
And I don't see anything added really about the EMS or medical.
And
That's such a huge role in what they do now. I think that it would behoove us now to have some things in there about that.
And I've seen some things that's like the fire chief has to have for training, but the deputy doesn't. And usually, if you're going to be the deputy, potentially you would step up to fire chief. You would think you'd want the same fire trainings because it's going to be a requirement for the fire chief. It should be. So those are just some things we'll have to look at. And
We already have applicants, don't we, or people wanting to apply?
I've not heard any. So, and I'm sure we'll have to get this figured out for a description before,
Yeah.
so they know what they qualify or not qualify to.
That was one of the things I asked for a month ago, is that the chief added some stuff on EMS. And- Is that it? Okay. Okay. EMS. Okay. Oh, he had emergency, there we go. Thank you. Yep.
So yeah, if you got any other input, we can reach out to the fire chief or the city administrator and we'll go from there. Because there's a lot of changes too, so I want to make sure we see them all and make sure it works. All right, thank you. Nothing from the attorney tonight?
Nothing tonight?
Okay. In correspondence, you just got a thank you from Smith. Other than that, looks like I would take a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody.